Hello, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining us. This is another continuation of me preparing for my R-Class license. So today I've actually come around where the assessors take you in my particular area. So I'm going to be just riding around here and doing some prep work. I also intend to go to my test centre and do some quick stops and O-turns there as well. But for the time being, I've come to where sometimes the assessors take us. It's November the 11th. It's a Wednesday. Time being the 4:37 in the evening, and current temperature is 24 degrees. So I came along here with my instructor the other day, so I thought I would sort of replicate what I did the other day with my assessor. Which isn't easy because I can't remember where we went. Not a bad time to be riding around as well this time of the afternoon because it's busy, so that's always good experience. So I'm staying in P2 for this position here all the way along in case some of these cars pull out on the left, or if they're open the doors or boots or whatever. No, I was on this road just a moment ago, so let's go further down this way. Head checks. Always head checks. I think everyone's guilty of missing them from time to time. Especially when you've got the sun blasting into your eyes. Well done. Well done. Cut right in front of me there. Every ride out, every drive out as well in the car, guaranteed in Perth to have some numpty driving like a numpty. It's guaranteed. Okay, I'm going to do some U's on this road here, just like that learner driver that just went by. Okay. Like I was saying, it's not a bad time of the day to do this, but there's traffic everywhere. Okay, let's see if I can do some U's here. Half a dozen or so in one duration. That's one. That's two. Just wait for this car. Trying to do them within a 10-metre block. Wait for this car. So maybe not the best time of day to do this. I want to try and get 6 done here. Two. Oh, 3. Let's go further down here. There's less cars. Let's go here. This is actually quite tricky on this road because there's a bit of a camber on this side I'm going here. It drops away, so then when you get prepped here to turn, you feel the slight gradient as well, as if you're going uphill a little bit, so you have to rev and come off your revs. Obviously that's what's the whole point is, to have control of your bike at slow speeds. Just do one more. So I know I should have come away from that car just then. I was thinking something at the same time, which isn't good. I think one of these roads down here I have done quick stops, and that's what I'm looking for. I think it's this one here actually. We'll go down this one. And no, it's not the one I do quick stops on. Maybe it's another one. You can't exactly do quick stops over the bumps, can you? What I'll do is I'll actually ride to the test centre where I will be taking my test, and do some quick stops and some UEs that way as well. Anybody local to this area? I am on P1 for P1 there. I should have done. I came from P1 to P2, a little habit I have, which has to be ironed out for my test. Okay, so I'm heading towards the City West Licensing Centre, which is my local test centre and not that far from where I live. And this is Cambridge Road, so anybody living in Perth will recognise, I would have thought, this road heading towards the city. And I don't know what speed limit is along here as yet, so I've got to assume it's 50. I'll do. My mirrors are filthy. That's better. This one equally as bad. Better. Okay, so 60 along here, and I'm just round the corner from the test centre. Okay, the test centre is just down here, but I'm going to do some UEs just here, because sometimes the assessors will do them from here, and apparently it's from the outer of these parks, out of these bays here, so that's pretty tricky. That's pretty dicey. But I think this is the the hardest to do actually. This is less than 10 meters, I think. Mind you, I think it's not a 10 meter square. I should know. I know it's 10 meters in length that allow you to do your turns from and to as in a zone. But as for the width of the road, I think it's supposedly the width of a standard road. Well, these two here, bay to bay, is not quite a standard road. You can see pretty much the standard road ahead of us, and this here by this Golf GT, and the next bay is not a road's width. Okay, now I've done a few of them. Let's go left here and into the test centre. Okay, it's a lot quieter than normal, which stands to reason. So this is the test centre here in front of us. And this is where you commence and end your tests. So I'm going to simulate that I've just started my test here, and they're giving me instructions. There's lots of stop signs here as well, so you must be stopping at the stop signs, otherwise it's a fail. So I'm going to turn right out of here. And sometimes the assessors may or may not take you out here and go straight onto the quick stops. Which I'm going to simulate now. And you may not, or may, go down and do the quick stop, or on the way up here on the quick stops. It's not guaranteed you do quick stops here, but sometimes they do. So I'm going to have a practice here as well. It's probably a good idea. The whole reason for this video is to practice on some of the runs that you would do on the test day. So your instructor, riding instructor, would actually take you out on simulated tests. This is one of the areas where you may well be taken. Okay, so I will just do a quick stop over here. Actually, I'll turn around first. Again, maybe not the best of times to be doing a UE here, or quick stops. It's not a main road as such, this. It looks busy, as in, you know, it looks like it could be a busy main road, but it's not. It's just like a little filter road to get to this test station. So I'm going to go to 48 and stop. I'll give myself a set area and then stop and see where I think, if I'm within this 12 meters at 48k an hour. So mentally I sort of know what that is now. And that was pretty decent. I haven't got my rear cam on here today, but I'm definitely within 12 meters there. Happy with that. I'll do one more. I actually did all my prep with my tests with my when I did the RE class. I did that beforehand with my riding instructor, practicing this road down this stretch. And I think actually when I did the test, we actually did it on this road, but bottom up. Makes no difference, I suppose. Okay, let's have another crack. And again, about 12 meters. Alright, so what else to do? So I've done a quick stop, some UEs up the top here, quick stop here. At this time of night or this afternoon, it's probably not worth actually going into the centre of town, because it'll be horrendously busy. Being 5:05, everyone's going home. I'd like to think he actually saw me as reversed back. He's only about 4 feet away from me. I was ready with the horn, just in case. Indicating, mate, I'm indicating, thank you. Still indicating, which means I'm turning left, buddy boy. Good lad. Okay, so I'm going to be actually riding through a town called Leederville as well. I think it's West Leederville. It's quite nice, so may as well go through there as I close the video off. Speed limit 30k along here. Very busy for restaurants and cafes along here. I still actually don't filter in traffic. In a way it's because I don't trust the other car drivers. You just don't know what they're going to do, so I'd rather drive like a car, or ride like I'm in a car, and just sit behind traffic. No point in rushing, is there, when you might end up having a trip to the hospital. I'd rather stay clear from that. Steer clear. He's filtering. Getting a bit warm. 28 degrees. Oh, the lights have changed to green at last. Oh, and they've changed. Ridiculous. So I've still some polishing to do. I'm actually 2 weeks to the day. Yesterday was 2 weeks to the day when it's time for the test. So I've still some polishing to do. This expanse of water on the right is called Lake Monga. And it's quite an expanse. I think it's if you walk all the way around that from start to finish, I think you've walked about 4 kilometers. So it's 60 kilometers long here for the speed limit. That's what I'm sat at. And if this is the first video you've seen, just to give you a bit of a recap on what I'm doing, is that I'm actually I actually hold the RE class. This is in Western Australia, which means I can ride motorcycles up to the power ratio of 660cc. This bike is 655. It's the the Yamaha MT-07. I have a R class, open class license riding test booked for 2 weeks time, so I can have a larger bike. Not particularly that I want to have a more powerful bike as such. One of the main reasons is that as and when we go on holidays abroad or anywhere really, to have ease of organising a motorcycle, it would be easier to have an open class license. A lot of higher places for bikes seem to only have bigger bikes, R-class open license type bikes, so that's the plan basically. But I would be contemplating buying a new bike anyhow. Suppose once you have an open class license, you may as well have a larger bike. So I've held my motorcycle RE license for 2 years, so I could have actually attempted to do the test after 1 year. I was on the old learner's permit system here in Western Australia, and I had no desire to do that. So I'm 2 years on from passing my motorcycle test and looking now to take the test and hopefully passing first time for the R class. There's two motorcycles that I'm interested in, one being a Suzuki V-Strom 1050 XT and the other being a Triumph Tiger 900 GT. And to my surprise, the Triumph is cheaper than the Suzuki. Go figure. But only by $350. Price wise, I think the Suzuki comes in at about, this is the brand new 2021 model here in WA. I think it comes out at 21,450, something like that. And I think the Triumph is I think 21,050. There's not much between them. Okay, well, I think I'll end the video here. I'm still having to navigate through lots of traffic to get home, so pointless showing you the rest of my travels home. And yeah, I'll end it here. Okay, so hopefully it's been informative. Hopefully you've seen how not to do some things. And thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.